Wow, what an evening. It's amazing. I don't know where to start. I'm going to start off with thanking the university because, everybody in life has opportunities. And so I got a great opportunity with the university as a runner. And then, luckily, I got an opportunity as a coach. And I want to thank all the athletes that I ran with and the guys that had the privilege of coaching when I was there. It's amazing. I don't know where to start on that. But the guys, without these guys that worked hard, and we demanded a lot from them, and they responded. Without them, I wouldn't be up here. I mean, back in 1954, as a skinny high school kid who wanted to get a better grade in French, who hitchhiked home 13 miles after practice every day just to get to run track, I thank you guys for that. So, our guys, what I want to do is a little different. I want to recognize the guys that are here. And so, I know that the guys probably got tired of me saying in team meetings, the university was here before we came, and the university is going to be here when we leave. So you better get your degree because you can't eat a track shoe. And these guys have done that. They've done very well. I'm proud of them. I do a little different here. I want to start with down the list, and I would like for the guys to stand up and remain standing if you would, and for you to hold your applause till we finish, so maybe get a applause or two for them, and I want to recognize them. First of all, Mike Studlin, SEC champion indoors, triple jump from Erie, Pennsylvania. Owns an Arctique shop in Lexington Green and the Lexington Center. Then there's Ray Sabatini, retired city jailer for 20 years, and while he was in that tenure, he brought in a state-of-the-art detention facility, which came in, imagine this now for government, under budget and before schedule. And so he has a consulting business. Then there's Dan Dutch. He's Flazy High School. He's a mile winner in the Kentucky Relays. Vietnam veteran, Bronze Star winner, and one of the original tunnel rats in Vietnam. If you've ever been in that kind of business, that's the toughest job out there. All right, then we have Vic Nelson, Ashtabula, Ohio. Where's Vic? There he is. Vic, we were high rollers back when Vic was recruited. He came down on a Greyhound bus. He had a pair of cowboy boots and a hat and a guitar. Vic got a degree in electrical engineering. He's now a professor at Auburn. He initiated the computer technology. He teaches computer technology now in Wi-Fi and wireless. He does that, and I don't think Vic made but one B in his whole life in school at university, and that was an elective course he took. The teacher was not going to have an athlete get an A in her class. All right, so Vic had the pleasure of winning 7 SEC titles. He was one of the 12 recipients of postgraduate scholarships in the NCAA. Beat out David Eisenhower's son for one of those pots. He won the Olympic Training Camp Marathon. And so Vic is still working because you keep young by working. And then we have Jim Green, Eminence, Kentucky. Jim was state high school champion in many things, All-American in football, 2-time NCAA champion in the 60-yard dash. Chicago in 1969 set a world's record in 20-yard dash, 21.5 on a dirt track in Chicago, 2-time national outdoor champion. So he raced a horse at the rate of mile and beat him too, back when he was a freshman. Tied the world's record in 100 meters, 10 flat. Jim, I'm really proud of. We've been friends all this time. He was the first African American to earn a degree in the Southeastern Conference in track. It's 1971. On time, was a great friend. He's going to be a grandfather soon because his daughter got married last summer. We get this wedding. He's hoping for a grandson. Then there's Jim Gallagher. He's at that other school in Florida, orange and yellow, white. Jim Gallagher, where is Jim? All right, there he is. He's an anesthesiologist, University of Florida. Somebody asked him once, who did you cheer for when Kentucky plays Florida? He says, on my paycheck it says University of Florida. So he was SEC indoor champion in 1,000 yards. Then there is Billy Arthur. Billy Arthur was anchored a mile relay team indoors, set a school record, lasted for over 20 years. He has a consulting business now. He's an accountant in Madisonville, Kentucky. Then there's Walter Flippin Mcguire, retired judge. He was assistant to me, and he helped out in the track program, and he ended up being assistant dean of men. And so Walter, on that mile relay group, he ran the fastest 300 ever in a 4-meter relay race. But the only trouble was there's 4 meters, but they still set a school record. Then there's Danny Jasper, Danny Jasper from Somerset, Kentucky, now Jasper, Indiana. Retired Department of Transportation and Engineering, Kentucky State Department. Danny was on the 1959 SEC Championship cross country team. All right, and so now we have E.G. Plummer. Never let me get ahead of him in high school in track. There he is, and he retired for the Department of Transportation Danville School System. He coached the girls track and cross country. He had many state championships in cross country. All right, let's see. All right, then there's Terry Gallagher. Where did Terry make it in? Terry, right. Terry ran with us, and he pushed these guys. He was there when I first came in '67, and he's been a great friend. And so, all right. Next comes Joe Fred Whalen. Joe Fred just retired a couple years ago. Stand up, boy. And so from the United States military, he was lieutenant colonel, and he directed 2 tours of Iraq and Afghanistan special ops groups. And in the last 2 years of service, he was attached to the Pentagon and intelligence unit. And while he was loafing in the Army, he got 2 master's degrees, and now he is the business real estate attorney in Nashville. And last, going down here, his dad, Fred Whalen. Stand up, buddy. He was on the SEC Championship cross-country team in 1958. And another son that Joe Fred and his 2 brothers came and trained with me in Lexington for a couple of summers. Robert Phillip couldn't be here tonight, but he was NCAA champion in a 1-mile run, 1990 and 358 mile. So there's 4 Whalens that ran here. All right, and then we have, see if I can make sure, I don't want to miss anybody. According to my list, we have not. All right, so also, we give applause to you guys now. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't be here. Yeah, right. Also, I'd like to thank somebody that's put up with me for 46 years. Phyllis, so stand up, girl. You're my best friend and spiritual leader. All right, then I also, something a little different here. I was at the university when women's track and sport was not sanctioned, and we had to scrape and get by in quote-unquote non-revenue sports. And so there's a guy here now at the university who has unbelievably enhanced the women's sports and being that women's non-revenue sport. That is Mitch Barnhart. I mean, I can appreciate what you've done. We traveled in high cotton when I was in school. We had the Volkswagen buses we traveled in. So, let's see. Edric Florell, he's been a friend. He had a mix-up. He's going to be our little reception after, but he made a great hire. He was a great coach at Stanford. He's now here. He was the jump coach for the last Olympic group. And so he brought in a group of 50 kids just last year and did a fantastic job his first year. And he's been a friend since we've come here. And so he's a great hire. Let's see, I don't want to make sure I missed about it. Oh, yeah. How can you say that? I like to thank my family for putting up with me all this time. They've been really supportive. I just appreciate the opportunity I've had at the university, and I thank these guys for running hard because we demanded a lot, and they responded. And so in life, you're given opportunities, and these guys have done a lot with their opportunities, and I'm proud of them. Thank you all. One other thing, I saved the best for last. I'm a stage 4 cancer survivor, and with 6 months of chemotherapy and the grace of God, I'm here cancer-free since June of '09. Thank you very much. Have a blessed evening.